Hey, it's me, Lila. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. I present content related to riding motorcycles, planning routes, and encourage you to go out and do the same. And what I wanted to talk to you about today is I'm getting ready to travel. And I wanted to talk a little bit about how that happens and some of the steps that I take to do that safely and comfortably. Well, reasonably comfortably anyway. The first thing I do is I get a hold of my bank and I let them know that I'm going to be traveling so that they don't do anything nasty like cut off my credit cards or trigger any fraud alerts while I'm traveling. And so we came to that agreement today, so that was good. The other thing that I like to do is make sure that I have a reliable pet sitter and somebody to stay at my house while I'm gone and water my plants and all that other kind of stuff. It's very important. Let's see, check my list. Oh, yeah. The other thing that we do, of course, is you want to plan a route. And the way that we plan our routes, I say we, me and the mouse in my pocket, right? The way that I plan routes is I look at Google Maps and I use that to roughly plan the route. And then that encompasses up to 8 stops, I believe it is. And you can put in up to 8 stops, and they can be like just waypoints, that kind of stuff, and just interesting things you want to go see. And the other thing that we use is sometimes I will track my ride on Kalimoto, which is set up by people in Germany. I think the creators are from. And so they are more in hip for what motorcycle riders would like in a route planning tool. And so it's pretty good. They just did a major upgrade, and so some people think it's a little fiddly. I always thought it was a little fiddly. That's why I just use it for tracking, and I use Google Maps for my primary method of how to get to where I'm going. And Google Maps also has this little feature. If you leave it open, it'll tell you if there's a speed trap ahead. That's just a little hint from me to you. I have cheat sheet notes over there. Can you tell? The other thing I wanted to talk about is make sure that your motorcycle is prepared for the trip. You want to absolutely get to your mechanic, or if you do that sort of stuff yourself, make sure that you look at your book and see what needs to be done in concurrence with how many miles are on your motorcycle, and do it. Mine has just had its 30,000 mile checkup because it's a little bit late, and it's 40,000 mile checkup because it's about 2,000 miles too early. But I'll need it by the time I get back, so better too soon than too late was our motto. And it's also got a brand new, well, not so shiny anymore, set of heavy-duty brake shoes on the back. And if you're going on a road trip, you're not going to be by your mechanic, so you're going to want to keep on top of doing your safety checks all on your own. You're going to want to check your tires pretty frequently to make sure that they're holding the kind of air pressure that you need. You're going to want to make sure that you walk around every once in a while and make sure that you're not going to lose anything off your motorcycle. Make sure all the little nuts and bolts are Loctited. I had my air cleaner fall off once. Did I ever tell you about that? Well, that's another subject for a different day. But anyway, other stuff. Oh yeah, packing. Do not overpack. You do not need to bring a set of clothes for every day you're on the road. You really don't. Make sure that you do, however, pack some rain gear, though, and pack it really close to the top of your gear load, because if it rains, you don't want to be stopping and fussing and messing with trying to dig your rain gear out of your pack. And the other thing is, oh yeah, I did have some video, and I might post it with this one, of I installed that hightail holder on my new Arai helmet. I have that full face helmet, which I love, and I put the hightail holder on, and it didn't hold as well as I thought it should. So a little bit of back and forth, and they sent me all the stuff to take it off and re-secure it properly. And so this will definitely be a test to see how well it works. The other thing I did to prepare my bike for this is I put the quad lock wireless charger head on it. And that's so that I can, of course, still be charging my phone if we do happen to go through any rain. I've got a little rain poncho cover that just kind of clips very neatly over the top of my phone. And I've also got a little pen attached to my bike so that it's like a stylus and you can just poke your phone with it if you need to. Of course, you don't want to do that on the fly. You want to pull over properly and not be trying to ride while you're messing with your GPS. That would not even be safe. Silly, silly, silly. What else? Oh yeah, the other new things for this trip are I bought a new Nelson rig bag, and I think I had some video of that I might drop with this as well. And oh, my dog. What else do I have? Oh yeah, camel pack. I borrowed a camel pack from my daughter, and I've never ridden with one before, but we'll see how it goes. You know, I mean, and if it doesn't turn out to be helpful, I can always just mail it home so I don't have to be weighted down with it. But I think it'll be helpful because I get really thirsty. You don't want to get dehydrated when you're out riding in this heavy heat. You know, that's dangerous. You want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Don't try to crush more miles than you can safely do. And it's kind of hard to be self-aware in that regard because you don't want to be like, yeah, I can make that. I can do that. And that's one of the signs of heat exhaustion. And now that it's like really warmer weather now, or getting to be warmer weather, the temptation is, oh yeah, I can push on. Don't try it. You know, it could have a bad outcome for you, and nobody wants that. Let me consult my list. Oh, why are we going? Why does anybody go anywhere on a motorcycle? I want to go see cool stuff. One of the things that I do want to go see, we're going to leave here and we're heading down through Oregon and across Idaho and that way. And we're going to go by Multnomah Falls, and we're going to stop at a dealership, or the Evel Knievel site, actually, where Evel Knievel jumped the Snake River. That's one of the Harley challenge spots that we have to stop and take a picture at, because I signed up for that cross-country type Harley-Davidson tour, and it's like they send you, I don't know how many spots, but it's a notebook, and it's got all these pictures and photo ops for you and your motorcycle, and you go and you take a picture there and you turn them in. And so then, of course, I think they're doing sweepstakes entries into the party at the 120th next year, which wouldn't that be fun to win a trip to? But yeah, so I alluded to the Harley-Davidson challenge ride that we're doing, which we are, and we're going to be doing a lot of those check-in spots along the way. And the other challenge ride that we are doing right now is the Pacific Northwest Grand Tour, and it has been a lot of fun. The people that set it up have found some very challenging roads to get us out on. Some of them not so much for Harley riders, but that's okay. You just have to do what you can with what you have to work with. But it's going to be fun. And some of them are all the way down to Southern California, I think. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get those, because that's not the way that we're coming home. But yeah, so, anyway, I do want to remind you people, please hit the subscribe button if you're enjoying this. I generally try to release every Thursday, and if you hit the bell, you'll know that it's Thursday because I'll be putting something out. And if you could leave me a comment, if you have any ideas for future videos, please feel free to share them with me. And I will do what I can to generate something towards that. I have a couple of other ideas for things that I want to do. But while I'm riding cross country, it would really help me if you would subscribe, like I said, leave a comment and hit the like. The YouTube algorithm will recommend me to more people if you'll do those things for me. So even if you're not watching for anything other than comic relief, I'm mentioning this to you, my son, Perry, please do all those things. I would really appreciate it. And feel free to go look at my other videos. There's some interesting stories there. And until that time, I hope to see you on the road.